Hi guys, today I'm doing what your favorite weapon says about you. And as of this video, I'm missing Distortion, Warper, and Warpstone. So I might not really know as much about them. But anyway, first, AR. If you use AR, you probably have good aim, but you're either good aim, you're a wannabe pro, or you're an auto shooter. But overall, I'd say it's pretty good because it has good DPS. Scope is good depending on which skin you're using. And it has good ammo as well. Alright. Let's move on to the next weapon. Let's see. It's going to be the burst rifle. Alright. The burst rifle is basically what I said about AR. Because it also does a lot of DPS. 75 is crazy. But a difference is, like, if you use burst rifle and it's your favorite weapon, you probably like spray as well. Because of its spray feature, and you get pretty good ammo as well. Its reload is pretty quick. And overall, burst rifle is really good. Next, we have the crossbow. So, basically, if you use the crossbow, you used to main sniper before the nerf. And then after the nerf, you're like, hell nah, I can't play with crossbow. And you no longer play crossbow. Well, I mean, no. You no longer play sniper, and now you switch to crossbow. And it has pretty good damage. And it's good because you don't have to scope. And you can still do the 75 damage with the headshot. The scope is pretty decent as well. Overall, this has pretty good DPS. This is really good on like maps such as docks or like station. Next, we got Gunblade. If you play Gunblade, you probably like the fact that it's both a melee, yet also what? I just got kicked out of the shooting range. Alright, you probably like that it's both a melee and a long range weapon. And you probably play Scythe as well because of its dash. And its dash is pretty good. It's pretty good for movement, and it does high damage. Like, close up, you can do, like, a big combo, which is pretty good. So, yeah. Next, we got the RPG. There's, like, two types of people for RPG. There's the no-skill spammer that easily gets countered by weapons because it's hard to hit people in the air. And then there's those types of people that are like, oh, I only use RPG for movement. I'm like different, you know? And some are actually pretty good at the movement. I can't really do RPG. I can do grenade launcher. Anyway, yeah. It does pretty good damage, but there's only one ammo in the chamber, which is a nerf. Now, shotgun. Shotgun is like hella no skill if you're an auto shooter, but like it's pretty good for close range maps. Like if you're up close to somebody, 112 damage, which is pretty good. And you probably like shorty as well. The main difference between this and shorty is you get more ammo, like in the chamber, but it doesn't do as good as shorty freeze. Speaking of shorty freeze, I'm gonna do shorty later. I'm gonna do all the primaries for now. Next, we got sniper. Sniper, you probably are auto shooter, which is for like all these primary weapons, but like it's true though. Or you're like a really skilled player. If you still play sniper, you probably hate the nerf that lowered its hitbox and the bullets in the chamber. Now you have to reload more often, which is kind of a bad thing. Bow. I have it favorited, so it's different. It's like at the top. Alright. Bow. You probably like it because it's pretty spammy. But it's also pretty good because of its double jump feature. It's mainly comboed with stuff like daggers or fists for maximum mobility. And you could probably use it with like satchels or something, which is pretty good. Next is the energy rifle. This can be either extremely skilled or extremely no skill. Cause this you need pretty decent aim to use it. And you probably like the fact that it ricochets off of walls. But like if you're using it no skill, like on back rooms, it's like hella annoying. Flamethrower. Okay, this is like the ultimate. You know what? I'll do flamethrower and grenade launcher together. Because they have kind of similar users. If you use flamethrower or grenade launcher, you probably are a no skill user. Or you say it's just for movement because of flamethrower's boost thingy. Or for grenade launcher, you probably say it for its grenade jumping tactics. Like, I mean, grenade jumping is pretty good though. But like, kind of annoying, you know? Next. Minigun. This is like the ultimate spam weapon. If you use minigun, you probably play on like Splash or something. And you're just gonna sit there holding down this button. So next, we got paintball gun. This one's gonna be a good one. So paintball gun is really interesting since it recently got changed a lot. Now it's a projectile weapon, so you see it doesn't hit immediately. You probably think that it has really good damage. Oh, daily shop refresh. But 22 damage is pretty good. And then this ability, it also got an ability, but now you can't use scope anymore. So it's like half L, half W. But the ability is pretty good in some situations. It completely blinds your opponent. You probably have like good aim, or you could be an auto shooter, but auto shoot doesn't work really well with paintball gun because of the shooting delay. Next, we got permafrost. This one's really interesting. So permafrost is different because it works kind of like burst rifle or like spray. It slows your opponents, which is good. Doesn't slow you down. And you can freeze them. This pairs well with shorty or knife. Now, distortion. This is one of the weapons they don't have yet, actually. Alright, distortion kind of works like shotgun, I think. Yeah. And it's pretty decent DPS. Could be higher for contraband, to be honest. But it's not that bad. You might think the black hole is cool. You suck them in. But it's also pretty good because of the amount of riot shielders there are. This completely counters riot shield because it's splash, I think. Like, if I hit here, yeah, it still damages. Okay. Next, we're doing the secondaries. Daggers. So, it's really spammable and does pretty good DPS. Wait, let's see how much exactly it does. Where did the dummy go? Okay. Am I just lagging? I think so. Holy lag. It's about like 123. That's pretty high. And others use it for its double jump feature, which pairs with like bow, everything I mentioned earlier, and like, you know, fists. Alright, let's see. Next, we got flare gun. So, oops. So, this weapon is really no skill, because, you know, annoying loadouts, but it pairs well with weapons like distortion, like this. What was it taking damage to? Wait, does distortion's black hole do damage? Wait, what? Alright, I'm getting confused, but people like combine with Molotov for maximum damage. Oh, I think it just took damage from daggers. Alright. Handgun. This is the default weapon. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's kind of like a off-band. It's kind of like an off-band revolver almost. It does the same damage as AR and has the same distance feature. You can't hold it like other weapons. It's like one shot, just like revolver, I think. Yeah. I think revolver's one shot, right? I don't really use revolver. I gotta use other weapons more often. I can't just keep on using the same loadout. Alright. Oh, next is revolver. That's pretty cool. Alright. Let me test if I was right. Yeah, you can only use one shot. Headshot doesn't do much more damage. But so it is with handgun. This one, you have a spray. Well, not really spray. It's like you can actually hold down, but the bullets go flying in other directions. Do you see where those bullets are going? It went up here, bro. Alright. Same thing. You probably have pretty good aim. You pair it well with other weapons. Shorty. Okay. This is kind of like what I said with shotgun. It's basically just you combine it with freeze weapons. It's really good because of its one-tap feature, but it's also really no skill. 225 damage when not in frozen. When they're in a frozen state, I froze myself. I might just be a genius, but does like 168 damage. So it's a little lower, but still one taps. But it's pretty no skill if you use it with freeze. Pretty good on close range maps. Spray. This is basically what you would probably use if you use burst, because they kind of work in the same way. But this one's really good because it counters katana and riot, because it goes through both of them. It does 50 damage close up. Further away, it does less damage. Yeah. What? How'd that do 48 in the... What? Wait. Does it do less damage? Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah. Let me go back. What's the next weapon? The next weapon's Uzi. This one is really good. It's like a spray weapon. Well, I mean, it's like a auto weapon, like semi-auto weapon. Not like auto shooter, but like semi-auto. Kind of like AR. Pretty good scope for money gun. That's pretty good skins for it as well. Generally pretty good. Good on most maps. Always a good choice. Where am I going? Oh, energy pistols. This is basically if you took... Why'd they nerf it so many times? This is basically if you took a Uzi, made it do less damage but shoot way faster. Good choice if you have good tracking. Overall, a really solid choice. Exogun. Although I would usually call this no skill, it doesn't actually do as much damage as like RPG or something like that. It's pretty good as a secondary because it counters riot shield. I'm lagging. It's pretty good if you have like decent aim and you always hit pretty close to the enemy. This is a pretty good choice. And since like the bullets travel instantly rather than RPG. Slingshot and then Warper. So Slingshot is like pretty no skill. Also, I'm not just calling everything no skill, but it's pretty no skill because like I'm still hitting enemies from that, bro. Like it's pretty no skill, but you can also use it as good aim. Like if you have good aim, it does pretty good. Alright, so now time for Warper. If this is your favorite, you're probably really disappointed in the new nerf because Warper is now booty cheeks. Cause like your portal disappears. You have to redo the animation so you can't instantly place another portal. It's not working. What? Anyway. Alright, but it's probably fun to play around in your favorite Steam game is probably Portal. Alright, now the Battle Axe. I don't really use the Battle Axe, but I know it's pretty good. Has a movement ability that also does damage. Low cooldown, which is great. 30 damage. Wow. 55 damage normally. Overall, really good. Yes, it's melees now. Next, the chainsaw. This is used in 2 different ways. So, you can use it for damage. 60 damage per normal attack, which is actually way faster than I remembered it being. And 18 damage a tick for its ability. This ability is also used for movement, like that, because you go really high up. Like, comparing that to something without it, let's just use Grappler for this example. Oops. I keep on clicking random buttons on the side. Yeah, it doesn't do as good. Alright. So next, we got Fists. This is the default. But do I even have to explain? Because you saw from Daggers and Bow that this is mainly used for its double jump, paired well with others, yada yada. But these punches do 30 damage, and they're actually way quicker than I remembered it being, which is pretty good. But not the best. Next, we got Katana. This is like the hacker repellent. Like, if you're playing ranked, hackers will ban this immediately. So, obviously, we got the basic slash for 45 damage. Then you have the deflect, which deflects most bullets in the game, except like splash ones and spray for some reason. But overall, it's pretty good. Also, did you know that for Katana's quick melee like that, it still does the 45 damage, even though it doesn't play the animation, which is, I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intentional. Next, we got Knife. So, this is classic because it's one of the most used weapons. It's a one-tap weapon, so a lot of people use it. The backstab, 150 damage, regular, 40 damage. You get the gist. Paired well with, like, I don't know, bow, jump pad, or wall horn. Just, like, good movements to, like, combo the knife. Keep on clicking the two duels button on the side. Alright, next, riot shield. This is, like, half annoying, half to deal with hackers. Because sometimes it's annoying because they do this, and they go in the corner and camp the whole time. But it's easily counterable with, like, Exogun or whatever you have. Grenade launcher, you know, etc. It does 25 damage, but it has pretty good knockback, so I wouldn't really complain. Scythe. This is, like, really good for movement. I don't think anybody really uses it for its damage. 35 damage, not really that good. Better than fists, but it attacks way slower. But that dash is really good. I think it's the same as the Gunblade one. Same distance. I'm not sure though. Alright. It's paired well with, like, other weapons, because it helps you get to high ground. Maul. Oh my god. So, Maul, basically, you get jumps. Its basic attack is really slow. 75 damage, which is really good. Pretty good knockback as well, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, what? I thought it did knockback. Yeah, it does. Alright. And then you have this slam ability, which is good for crowd control, because it does damage to, like, a lot at once. But it's kind of underwhelming for a prime weapon. Spear. This is the newest of the melees. So you get 3 pokes, which does 45 damage each. Pretty good. Then you throw it at enemies for this big knockback and 50 damage. And then when it's on a wall, you can jump on it for a boost to scale walls. But then you only get 3 in total. Pretty decent. Better than Maul. Trowel. This low-key is so bad now. Because, I mean, it does 50 damage, which is really high for a trowel, I feel like. But, like, I used to love being able to, like, do the trowel glitch, which you can still do. It's just that now you automatically die for anti-cheat. Like, you automatically die. You can't really do it anymore without dying. Some maps with, like, high borders, like Crossroads, you could just still do it. I used to love it, but I can't do it anymore. Flashbang. This is like a basic utility that's still pretty good. So, I think you probably know what a flashbang does based off of its name, but you throw it, look away, it does a flash, and it flashes all the opponents that got hit by it. Like, let me show you an example of what it would look like. You can change the color of the flash inside the settings, but only white or black. Freeze ray. Okay, so everybody's pairing this with, like, let me get a better loadout for this. Not really sniper, but obviously shorty and knife. So, I mean, same can be said with permafrost, but permafrost also does damage, so it's not fully this. Freeze ray. You see? Pretty annoying. Especially if you're the one that's getting damaged. And then the other one is the knife. Wait for them to defrost. And then stab. Now we got grenade. Grenade is actually really good for being the starter one. It has two major uses. So, you throw it. Does damage. 75 damage. Pretty good. Well, not pretty good. Really good. And then, second use, grenade jumping. Gives you a good boost. And you accelerate. Has a pretty long cooldown though. Well, that's for most utilities anyway. The jump pad. This one's weird because it doesn't actually have a cooldown. Well, I don't think it does. Well, let me see if it has a cooldown. If it does, it's really short. Yeah, it has a really short cooldown. But you place it, you get a boost. Used mostly on slopes like that for bigger boosts. Or you can just use it on a wall like that. Or use it on the floor like that. You get it by collecting 9 jump shards, which is like more unique than every other weapon in the game. Molotov. Oh, I forgot to mention, the jump pad pairs really well with like movement weapons, like satchels or like double jump weapons. So Molotov is simple. You throw it, fire. It's basically flare gun, but as a utility. It starts out by doing 10 damage, I think, as well. I accidentally chose sniper, but it doesn't matter. What? Yo, what? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Oh, I'm just hella laggy. Okay. Let me try that again. Well, I remember doing 10 damage. I killed somebody with my Molotov once. Like, the 10 damage that it does. I don't know how it works, but I remember doing 10 damage. Satchel. This is used for, like, damage. This is, like, really good no matter how you're using it. You can use it for damage like this. You can place it on your teammate, and when they get close to an enemy, explode it. And you can use it for movement. Like satchel jumping. Next, we have the smoke grenade. Kinda like a flashbang, but just like it stays there for longer, but they can easily like get out of it. I don't know if you knew this, but wait, flare gun. Smoke grenade extinguishes fire. You see, it's gone. But I didn't know if you knew this. You can push a smoke grenade using flamethrower. Pretty decent. Oh yeah, you can throw the smoke grenades into one another to make a bigger smoke area. Warhorn. This is like the most simple weapon. Not even weapon. Simple item in the game. So, use it, you get a speed boost. Well, it's one of the different looking targets. Okay. Oh, it's another one. By the way, you need to find 10 of these to unlock a secret boss fight. Okay. Really simple. You pair it with other movement weapons. Medkit. This one is simple, but yeah, just it does what the name suggests. And how do I take damage? I need to take damage somehow. Medkit's like ability heals 30, I'm pretty sure, and goes by way quicker, while the full heal does 70, I'm pretty sure, and is a bit slower though. Oh, finally. I got the rare inspect. Secret inspect. Okay. Anyway, next we got Subspace Trip Mine. This one, this one is pretty weird. So it's like, you can just use it as a regular mine, like that. If you step on it, you take 149 damage. Or you can use it as like a boost to snipe somebody. I'm not using sniper, but like, you get the gist, you know? Next we got Grappler. So it does what the name suggests. You throw it at something, you hook onto it, and then, but you can also like hit an opponent and bring them to you. This pairs with like knife, shorty, or something like that. A close range weapon, you know? Finally, the last weapon is, not even weapon, the last item is the Warp Stone. This is like an OG. This is like a more OG one. I wasn't here for the warp season, that's why. Anyway, you throw it, you teleport there. That simple. Yeah, it's still really good in some situations. But I'd say that, like, it's kind of ridiculous with that high cooldown. For a Prime, it's kind of underwhelming. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I'm not going to tell you to like or subscribe, but if you enjoyed the content, please do. Goodbye.